Are you someone who tries to manage stress but doesn't understand how to regulate cortisol, the stress hormone that causes it? Hi, I'm Dr. Dawn Browning, somatic scientist and pranayama teacher. I help high-achieving women steady their energy and sharpen their focus using traditional yogic breathing practices informed by science. You may have tried breathwork before to manage your stress, but have you tried pranayama? Pranayama involves mindful breathing that not only offers the same physical benefits that breathwork might offer, but it also helps steady your emotional and mental states. Adham Pranayama is diaphragmatic breathing, and we will be using our hands to direct our attention and anchor our mind to the part of the lungs that we want to direct attention to. I'll share why this is important and my personal story that changed everything after we lower our cortisol levels together. Let's begin. You can do this practice seated. You can do it lying down. The most important thing is that your spine is long. And I am seated in a pose called Vajrasana, or Thunderbolt pose, to allow the greatest movement of my diaphragm. I have a glass of water here, and I will encourage you to take a sip of water when we're done. So we're going to do 6 rounds of 6-count breath together. This is Adham Pranayama from the Rishi culture Gitananda yoga tradition. So we're focusing our awareness on the low lungs. So take the palms of your hands, all 5 fingers together, and place them around the low ribs. So if you need to poke around to find where that is, do that now. And then just place the hands softly on the front of the low ribs. Roll the shoulders back and down, relax the jaw. The first 2 rounds, I will count to 6 on the in-breath and the out-breath. We're breathing through the nose. And I will simply say in and out. Breathe out to begin. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. Out. Bringing your awareness to the movement underneath the hands. In. Out. 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 In, out. In, out. Last round, in, out. Relax the hands. You can shake them out if that feels good. Place them on the lap and just take a few natural rounds of breath to absorb the benefits of slowing down your breathing, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which allows the levels of cortisol circulating in your system to naturally decrease. So let's come back to understand why breathing like this is so important. How do you feel? I would love to know. Please leave a comment and tell me how or whether this practice resonated with you. So cortisol is not the enemy. In fact, it's part of our hypothalamus pituitary axis, which is the system in place to allow us to respond to stress when we need to. So we want it to be functioning properly. But these high levels of stress that we're living under tend to elevate our basal or baseline rate of cortisol. I experienced this firsthand. I was in an SOS situation waiting to call an ambulance because my blood sugars had been extremely elevated for over 36 hours. My insulin that I take as a type 1 diabetic was not working. I did all of the things and nothing was working properly. And it turns out my teacher guided me through this very breath practice that I just shared with you, and it allowed my nervous system to reset itself to break this stress cycle. This is why I'm so passionate about sharing these practices. Now, you may not live with type 1 diabetes, and that's fine, but it has the same effect on your body. So why cause undue stress? In fact, there was a recent study published that demonstrated that a single session of this practice, this slow diaphragmatic breathing, dramatically and significantly reduced anxiety levels. If you want to make this practice part of your daily ritual, I have created a free audio practice that you can download to your phone called the Regulation Ritual. You'll find it both in the video description and in the link below. And if you're curious how to work with your natural cortisol rhythm because you want to harmonize with it before you have coffee, before you look at your phone, watch my next video linked on your screen now, the #1 habit to change if you wake up tired. I'll see you there.